Hey guys, this is No Solution. I'm Scott. I have had a few pops. I just got done watching an awesome AEW pay per view, and I thought I would try to do a Blowing Off the Dust episode. I'll be watching this and seeing if I'm too loopy. We'll see. If it's posted, I figured it wasn't too embarrassing. So let's get into it. Got a little stack here that I've pulled out. Things I haven't listened to in quite a while. So the first one here is Diaboli, Anthems of Sorrow. Finnish band formed in 1992. This is their third album. Came out in 2000 on Full Moon Productions. So what I will say about this band right off is, their favorite band is Burzum. This is pretty much Burzum worship. From various styles and eras of Burzum. But it is really good. I just kind of had this on the shelf. As you see, I bought it used a long time ago. Just kind of had it sitting there. And I will be exploring this band more. The two albums before this specifically, because the singer of this one committed suicide in 2001. So after this, it became a one-man project. And if you are sensitive, I believe, just looking at Metal Archives, it turned into kind of an NS thing. So I don't know how that went. I haven't heard any of that. This I really, really enjoy, kind of in the depressive black metal vein, and especially the first song, Longing to Die. It's a 10-minute song, and the first 7 minutes or so are kind of all in one tempo, kind of in that hypnotic groove kind of style. And I've been listening to a lot of Nargaroth lately, so I was kind of like into that, and I was thinking this is what the album is going to be. But all of a sudden, at like 7.5 minutes, it goes into a super rocking riff and kind of solo section, kind of breaking out of what I was expecting. And then the rest of the album is not like that at all. Like the next song, Frozen Soul, is kind of a blaster, kind of more of a blasting black metal song. Call from the Stars, the third one, kind of slows it down, and there's another kind of mournful solo. There's a dungeon synth kind of interlude in the middle of it, and as I walk through the shadows, the fifth song has a really cool build up with the keyboards into the kind of the main riff of the song, and then the guitars drop out and the keyboards come back in like halfway through, and we kind of repeat the process. So I really enjoyed kind of the journey of this album, and it's only like 40 minutes. With the first song being 10 minutes, I kind of expected maybe a slog, but I really enjoyed this one. So I'll be checking out the first two for sure, and then we'll see about what happened after the vocalist took his own life. But yeah, Diaboli, Anthems of Sorrow, I would definitely recommend this one. Right, then I'm on to... Alright, here's an example of my collector scum mentality, Blood Red Throne. So this is a death metal project from, I don't know how exactly to pronounce it, Tchort, Tchort. He recorded with Emperor on in the Nightside Eclipse, I believe. And he's a member of Carpathian Forest, and he's the mastermind behind Green Carnation, which is one of my favorite bands. So and when he formed this band, I was like, oh well, it's short. I need to buy that band because I love Green Carnation. This is their EP. Came out after the full length, so it has a bunch of demo songs that ended up being on the full length, and then some comp tracks, and then a song just from the full length, I guess, to round it out. I elected to listen to this one just because it was shorter, full disclosure. So this is early 2000s death metal. I don't know. It's very fine, aggressively fine, maybe, as the kids would say. There's some blasting, there's some breakdowns. I wrote down that this gives me amnesia, meaning it's fine when it's on. When it's over, 5 minutes after it's over, ask me, oh, what is the second song, The Children Shall Endure? Describe that song to me. I'm like, I don't know. I have no memory of it whatsoever. So, yeah, I think Blood Red Throne is something I need to let go of the collection. I basically only had it because of one of the members, and the music doesn't do that much for me. So, and another Hallmark. This has a Massacre cover on it. I'm actually not huge into Massacre. Like I have the first album that everybody has, but it's not like I listen to it all the time, and it was by far the best song. So that kind of tells you where they're at. The songs just didn't do much for me, so I think Blood Rent Throne is leaving the collection. Anyone who needs this or the first two Blood Rent Throne full lengths, yeah, let me know, because I don't need them anymore. Next one is Devian, Nine Winged Serpent. This is the debut. They only did two, and I actually had the second one as well that was still in shrink for some reason. I think I got it as a clearance type deal. This one's called God of the Ill-Fated. So what this is most famous for is being Legion's project, the former Marduk vocalist. This was his project after Marduk. So this is, I guess it's been described as blackened death metal. To me, it's pretty much full out death metal besides Legion's vocals, which are more of a black metal style vocal. But really fun. I mean, really inventive structures in the songs. There's a lot of dynamics. You don't really get bored in the middle of the songs. They kind of change it up quite a bit. And I have a soft spot for Legion. I mean, I know Legion has now done less albums than the current Marduk vocalist, but to me, that Legion is the vocalist when I got into Marduk, so he's kind of like my Marduk vocalist. And I just enjoy hearing his vocals. So I would say if you're into kind of sort of blackened death metal from like the mid 2000s, Devian is a good listen. It's not like I would say it was groundbreaking or anything, but I enjoyed it enough that I'm going to be keeping this and the follow up. They I believe continued after this, sort of. Legion left, but I don't think they put anything out. So there's only 2 records, and yeah, I'm enough of a fan of Legion that I will keep these. Right, the next thing is kind of a threefer. I had these albums. I had not listened to them in forever. The band is Armageddon. So this was Chris Amat's project. Chris Amat, brother of Mike Amat. Most famously, I guess, he played in Arch Enemy off and on. So this was his debut from 1997 on War Music. And what this is called Crossing the Rubicon. And this is kind of a concept album. Very mellow death. Imagine a time where Arch Enemy was good. And I know this seems like a dream now, but the kind of the early albums with Johan on vocals, this is kind of in that vein. It's there's a little more power metal tendencies on this, and kind of grand, triumphant riffs. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I was very kind of sorry I hadn't been listening to it all these years. I just kind of got this back in the day and then kind of filed it away. Chris's guitars are definitely the star on this. It's not super shreddy, but there's a lot of really cool guitar work. And the vocals are kind of a generic Black and Death style. The guy was in Thy Dreams, I believe, the vocalist. But they're definitely kind of buried in the mix. Chris's guitars are the star on this. And yeah, I think early Arch Enemy fans would really get a kick out of this if you haven't heard it. So Crossing the Rubicon. They re-recorded this in 2016. I have no idea what that sounds like, but this is the original version, and I would definitely recommend it for Swedish melodic death metal fans. So then, I remember they changed quite drastically, and I honestly did not remember, so I decided I'd listen to all the ones I had. This is Embrace the Mystery from 2000. One of these pointless slipcases with the exact same cover on it. So this is definitely Chris Amat's project. Completely different lineup on this one. Geez, that's really glaring. There we go. So this one is quite different because the new vocalist is completely clean vocals. He was in the band Last Tribe, which I'm not familiar with. Kind of a progressive metal band, apparently, according to Metal Archives. And the bass player, I believe, is also from that band. And Daniel Erlandson is the drummer, who was the drummer in Arch Enemy at the time. So, not surprising he got him in there. So this is much more of a power metal album with kind of a prog leaning to it. The vocals again are pretty buried. The guitars are definitely the highlight of this. We've got some of the notes I made. We got Broken Spell on this, has a really bluesy solo. There's a couple songs, Worlds Apart and Illusion's Tale, that have really kind of poppy choruses almost, really catchy. And Illusion's Tale also has kind of like a prog breakdown before the solo and after the solo. I really totally enjoyed this too. I think at the time I got this and it wasn't what I thought it was going to be and just kind of filed it away, but I appreciate it much more now, so I'm glad I held on to it. So Armageddon, Embrace the Mystery from 2000. And then 2002, they're back with the third album, very imaginally titled 3. And this has Chris on vocals. Chris Amat, obviously, the guitarist. He's not really flashy, but he's a fine rock and roll singer, and the vocals are way more up front. I think he buried the vocals on his previous vocalist, but now that it's him, they're kind of right up front. But not as ornate of a songwriting structure, more a straight ahead rock / traditional metal, I would call this one. The first song, there's an intro, but the first song, Burn the Sun, the lyrics are just kind of like, hey guys, let's play a rock and roll show. So none of the sci-fi leanings of before, just kind of a straight up, let's have fun and play rock and roll style. Stranglehold has kind of a swampy groove to it. Heart of Ice is about a bad rock and roll girl. So you can see it's much less of a serious subject matter, just kind of like a fun traditional metal style on this one. Winter Skies on this I really enjoyed. I thought it sounds like if there was a hit single for a band like this, that's what it would be. So yeah, 3 different albums, 3 kind of totally different styles, with the united theme of kind of a shredder guitarist, Chris Amat. I really enjoyed it. They did not do anything until 2015. They put out another album, which I have not heard, so I don't know how that went. And then, as I said, they re-recorded the first album. I haven't heard that either. And then I guess it continued without Chris Amat, even though somehow it was his project. I don't know, but they didn't record anything. So that is the extent of my knowledge of the Armageddon catalog. Hey, just for fun, I thought I would do a dramatic reading from one of my new favorite albums, the Let's Fucking Die album from Barbatos. Right, the song I'm choosing for this is called Baby, I'm Your Man. Now, I'm not trying to make fun of English as a second language. Obviously, they know English way better than I know Japanese, but you gotta admit, it's a little humorous, so let's get into it. I called bitch on the phone. I know she don't like me. What a great fucking bitch. But I want to fuck a nasty slut. She may look great. She is fucking hot. Baby, I'm your man. I'm nasty boy. You make me sick. She is the best bitch. She just knocked out me. She may look great. She is fucking hot. Baby, I'm your man. I don't want to talk. I want fuck. Shut your mouth. Am I stupid? Am I stupid? I think those are words we can all identify with and ponder. Thank you for listening to my ramblings. And as always, CM Punk is a piss baby. Thanks, guys.